One that really surprises me is Heroes and Icons, H&I. They play Star Trek all weeknights. And it's all Star Trek all night. And so that's pretty cool. I like the fact that Star Trek is still somewhere being broadcast on air television every night. Anyway, I did, and I'll take this opportunity. I just wanted to mention briefly, we lost Nichelle Nichols this week. For those of you who are big Trekkie fans like me, you guys all remember Nichelle Nichols. She was Lieutenant Uhura. She wore the red uniform and was behind Captain Kirk. Beautiful, beautiful black lady. One of my first nerdy crushes when I was a kid. I just thought she was gorgeous. I still do. We lost her a couple days ago to old age. She just finally passed. And I just wanted to mention it on the show tonight. I talked about it on my radio show with Tron Simpson, our fill-in host on Tuesday or Wednesday. We talked about it. It was the morning after it happened, or the evening after it happened. But I just wanted to mention that, and I was going to do it at the top, and I forgot, so I'm going to do it right now. But I just wanted to mention we lost Nichelle Nichols, who played Lieutenant Nyota Uhura on Star Trek. She also played in a number of the feature films. And she was one of the best. And I just want to put that out there. We've lost almost all of them now. We're down to, we still have Walter Koenig, who played Chekhov. We still have George Takei, oh my, who played Sulu. And we still, of course, have Bill. I mean, Bill's never going to die. Bill Shatner. I mean, I imitate him a lot on this show.
His name is William.
His name's William Shatner, and
there's something on the wing. Something.
Yeah, there's some thing on the wing. I tell you, one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in television was when Bill Shatner shows up on Third Rock from the Sun with John Lithgow. Now, for those of you who are movie fans, you would know that in the original Twilight Zone, Bill Shatner played the crazy guy on the plane that saw the freak on the wing, the thing on the wing tearing the engine up, and come to find out at the end there was something up there tearing the engine up. Remember that episode of the Twilight Zone? Are you guys with me?
No.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Well, anyway, later on, they did a movie, a Twilight Zone movie, I think in the late 80s or something. And they remade that, and John Lithgow played the same part that Bill Shatner played back in the late 50s when he played the part before Star Trek. He saw the creature through the window on the plane. Well, on Third Rock from the Sun, he says, Bill Shatner walks in and tells John Lithgow, "I'm sorry, I'm late. There was some creature on the plane. It was out on the wing and it was tearing up the motor." And John Lithgow goes, "The same thing happened to me." It was just hilarious. I love when they bring things together on other shows, retconning or whatever you guys want to call it, fan service, as I call it. I love fan service. And that was a good one. Anyway, to finish up, we lost Nichelle Nichols, and it is what it is. She was great. She was the first Black woman to kiss a white man on network television. So,
man, that's really sad.
It is, and she was groundbreaking in that respect. But a little story I just want to tell. If you're Trekkies, you know this story, but she was at a dinner one night, and it was I'm not sure what kind of dinner. It was some big dinner, a lot of big wigs there, and Dr. Martin Luther King was there, and he was sitting at a table on the other side of the room, and he saw her, and he told his handler, "I'm going to see her. That's Lieutenant Uhura. I'm going to see her." And he got up and he walked over to her table and walked up and kissed her hand and told her that he watches her on Star Trek and he loves her on Star Trek. And she said, "Well, unfortunately, sir, I'm going to leave the show. I'm considering leaving the show because I don't feel like I'm getting enough lines." And he says, "You can't leave that show." He says, you can't leave that show. You're a black woman on that bridge and you're important. You can't leave that show. And she stayed. And now it's, of course, it's legend now. The largest television franchise ever. All right. Anyway, so there you go. I just wanted to put that out there for you. We're almost up to 600 hours of Star Trek. You could binge that for a year.
Wow.
I'm just putting that out there.
That's a
If you've never watched Star Trek, get started. What are you waiting on? A couple months of Paramount Plus. I mean, that's cheap.
Star Trek, that's hard to imagine. The culture.
You know what? I have met people just recently that, Rick, are almost your age or your age, that tell me they've never watched Star Trek. And after I get done berating them for being uncultured, I ask them, I said, why did you never stop on that channel? It's on somewhere. If your TV has 1,000 channels, Star Trek's on 4 times.